So Kylie, you're next. What is it going to take to accomplish your highest outcome?
Um, I guess so. Like my highest outcome is to create a practice that allows me to help heal healers and like provide support to healers who are healing the greater cosmos.
Hmm.
So I guess for me, what it would take, I think one is being out there, like being seen,
Okay.
being being in a place where people could find me and access me
Okay.
if they needed. So I think it would be things like social media. It's just one of the main places where people do and how they do these things. So
Okay.
having a bit of a presence on social media. Also, though, like being out and connecting with people in groups like this and in other situations similar to this, where um, I'm kind of just like making my presence known and like my availability known.
Okay. Okay, great. So to simplify it and to chunk it down here, so what I'm hearing is being seen,
Mhm.
possibly being seen on social media. So the next round is going to be what is it going to take to be seen? Okay, so we're going to go there next. Ray, what is it going to take?
Apparently scripting.
Scripting. Okay.
Um, Manifesting money, abundance, resources, whatever it is that I need to get to where I need to go. I'm actually not sure. It's definitely going to take some cooperation. I will say that, because I'm not the only decision maker when it comes to my
Yes.
kid.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just bought a whole bunch of crystals that are specifically for um like collaboration and clear communication and like working together and like understanding
Hmm.
because we've had challenges with that. So
Got it. Okay. So then the next layer is going to be, what is it going to take for clearer communication? What is it going to take for deeper cooperation? So that's the question I want you to keep in mind for the next round. Becky, what's it going to take?
Um, Probably being willing to like deal with criticism and rejection.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. So then next round will be what is it going to take to deal with criticism and rejection? Okay. Amy, what's it going to take?
Well, so I keep on getting patience, understanding, and a sense of humor,
Okay.
not taking things so seriously.
Okay. Hmm.
Um, and and I like some of the other ones too. I'd like to add all of them. Can I? Because-
Hmm. Let's pick one. Let's pick one because when we're dealing with a lot of possibility, it kind of like dilutes the energy a little bit.
you
But
know,
yeah,
that's
I like sense of humor. What's it going to take to cultivate sense of humor? So we'll
okay.
we'll do that on the next round. We'll do that on
We'll
the
do
next
that
round.
one. Okay,
Great.
so
Okay. Beth, what is it going to take?
That's a good question, Mike. Uh, I would, in a way, I feel like it's out of my hands.
Hmm.
That I got to keep doing what I'm doing.
Hmm.
Uh, Keep preaching, keep teaching Bible study. The one thing I can think of is that I'd like to get out in my community more.
Okay.
Quite sure how to do that. Uh, Although this is one way, this is a community. Yay.
Yes, it is. Yep. Hmm.
I feel like the word cooperation came up with someone else. I feel like cooperation from my congregation
Hmm.
to give God a try in a way that might be new for them.
Hmm.
Uh, I have no idea how any of this is going to go to the next level in this
Okay.
conversation.
Mhm.
You're going to have to help me.
Yeah, yeah. So let's focus on getting out into the community more. Okay, so we'll focus on that. What is it going to take to get out in the community more? So we'll do that on the next round. Okay,
All right.
great. Lori, what's it going to take? Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry, I was so good for so long. I think more conversations like this for me in the group, and I like the one-on-ones. Like I want to continue with that and get closer to people and develop more relationships like that.
Okay. Okay. Good. So I'm gonna put a little bit of a twist on it. What is it going to take to do more one-on-ones and have it as fun as possible?
I'm as fun as possible. Like I'm encouraging people to reach out to me. I'm reaching out. Like this is like my goal. Like for the next month or so is like what happened is like I said, mutual reaching out. Like I reach out to people, some reach out to me, and just say, hey, let's get together, let's talk.
Okay, great. All right, Michelle, what's it going to take? Oh, where'd you go? Oh, okay, you are on mute.
Every time. Oh, yeah, for me, I would be looking for technologies that are not mainstream, currently being used in mainstream.
Okay, so looking for new technologies that are not mainstream. Okay. Next round, I would love to hear what's it going to take to find those, or what's it going to take to access those. So that's great. Nini, what is it going to take?
Okay, so I had the whole time to think about this, but I always trust my intuition. It's gonna take, just that balance of discipline, devotion with creativity, and really following integrity, because the hologram is gonna fool you. And I'm someone who's extremely driven, and I don't take no for an answer. So it's like, get out of my freaking way if you want to live to see another day. So it's like, it's gonna take not getting fooled by all that stuff, because I think a lot of people, when it comes to manifestation, kind of think, well, if I just get rid of the block, it's not about getting rid of the block. It's you work with the block to transmute it into the hidden blessing. So integrity, real integrity. That's what it's going to take.
Yeah. Okay, great. So then the next, so a couple of things came out of that for me. One of the things that might come up in our matrix coming up is, does this help us balance between discipline and creativity? A big theme that comes up for me often is, are we honoring each other's need for structure and freedom? But discipline and creativity is also a great way of wording that as well too. So having real integrity, why don't we focus on that on the next round? What is it going to take to cultivate what you see as real integrity? All right. So next round coming through here. So my answer was so more conversation, collaboration like this. So for me, what is it going to take is sharing these kinds of conversations. That's why I am recording it, sharing recordings, and establishing the living library, which is about really just having appreciation conversations where it's not about getting to the thing. It's about really, really being with each other and starting to understand each other and tuning into each other's gifts. So that's what is it going to take, is establishing living libraries and sharing recordings like this with people and asking them what comes up for you. All right, Kylea, next round, what is it going to take?
I guess creating social media presence and like getting out there in conversations like this.
Okay, creating a social. I'm gonna zoom in on a social media presence. Okay, great, thank you. All right, Ray, what is it going to take?
So it was the deeper understanding and collaboration. That's the one that you wanted to focus on.
I think so.
I think it's going to take building trust.
Okay. I like that. That's a very common theme that comes up for me in a lot of my interactions. So what is it going to take to build trust? So that's going to be your next layer. Okay, so my box is kind of switched around a little bit there. Becky, you're next on my screen here. What is it going to take?
guess some kind of like remembering your support network and remembering your overall purpose for things, the intention behind what you're doing, rather than how people respond to it.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is staying centered on your intention. Okay. Okay, so the next round will be, what is it going to take to stay centered on your intention? Intention, great. And I hope I can read my writing later. Beth, you're next. What is it going to take?
Well, there's a few things I'm already doing,
Mhm.
but one thing I've been thinking about that I don't quite know how I'm going to do is I wish I could volunteer with some organization,
Okay. Hmm.
but it's hard to find one that I can do it on my time when I'm not doing other things. So it's been a bit of a challenge for me.
Yeah, great. Well, with time banking, you can do it on your time. So we'll talk.
Oh, well, cool.
Lori, what is it going to take?
To learn how to use this technology.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what can you help me like with this, with what the last thing I said was, and help
Yeah.
me.
Let me go back on my notes here. Last time you spoke, you said more conversations like this, more one-on-one conversations. So my spin on that question was because you're already doing a lot of one-on-one conversations.
Yeah.
My question would be, yeah, I would say what is it going to take to have one-on-one conversations that are enjoyable and help you feel like that you're moving forward?
I think I'm really enjoying the give and take
Okay.
of. I think my whole life I've been a giver.
Mhm.
And so I'm really enjoying having conversations where people are giving, I'm advice, I'm giving it, we're receiving, we're asking, we're respecting boundaries. It's like, I don't even, it's like, it's a rebirth of, I don't even know myself. I don't know how to explain it. It's just being me, but just being me,
Okay.
just being me, just period, being me.
So there's a couple different pathways here. Okay, so what is it going to take to be more you, or what is it going to take to cultivate environments where reciprocity or give and take, is more, is more present. So there's a couple of different avenues.
Balance.
So I'll let you
Balance.
choose. Okay, balance. Okay, so
Yeah.
what is it? So your next layer might be, what is it going to take to cultivate balance?
Yes.
Which we're starting to tie
Thank you, Nini. I think
into
she said that to me.
other
Go ahead.
themes that are emerging here, like with Nini, with with the creativity and the discipline. So it's interesting how these are kind of starting to converge on each other. So Michelle, you're next on my screen. What is it going to take?
It's going to take me staying open to all of the possibilities of how the universe would like to present each of the next steps.
Great. So staying open. So that's your next layer. What is it going to take to stay open? Beautiful. Amy, what is it going to take?
I guess not to take things so seriously.
Okay.
I'm doing sense of humor,
Yeah.
have fun, enjoy life, create happiness. So
Great. So your next layer is, what is it going to take to have more fun? Okay, Nini, what is it going to take?
Okay, so that real raw integrity. That's gonna take being freaking emotionally honest, because
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that on the front, I'm smart enough to make you think I can get an A on a test and make you think I know what I'm doing. I'm smart enough to fool the judges. When you get radically emotionally honest, you call yourself out on your own BS and you say, I know on the front that looks like I'm being super altruistic by doing that. I'm giving someone, so just for example, I get psychic information all the time. And there are times where it comes in so fast. And I just, I want to I want to say, I want to tell the person, but I say, no, this is not in the person's highest good. It's not in the highest good. So, but I was given the information I really should. And it's like, but following the integrity is what is for that highest person, what is for that person's highest good. And if it's coming from a place of self gratification, if I'm just having that phone call because I want to boost my own sense of self and, oh, I helped someone, now I feel good about it, then walk away, walk the heck away, and be able to discern the difference between, you know, my own insufficiency and taking action from a place of insufficiency, or my own place of, you know what, I genuinely want to help. There's nothing in this for me except for the feeling of that balance that comes when you do something kind just because you want to do something kind, which is different than I'm just going to be an overgiver because, you know, I'll get a free ticket to heaven. And the truth is, what one of the groups said, heaven is on earth, because heaven is when you choose to do things that feel right for you and you bring God into your life right here, right now. So it's really living, it's just walking your talk, and it's in the mundane. It's not just in business. It's not just in practice or in conversations like these. It's the things you do when you think nobody is looking, and that radical self-honesty. So just keep doing those things, following your own intuition and never wavering on that divine guidance that's always flowing into you.
Let me ask you a question, Nini. Do you give yourself enough credit for your radical honesty?
Oh, heck yeah. All the time. That's
Okay.
what makes me so bad. That's what makes me so bad. It's like I say, people, listen, I couldn't, you know, you can't be this good if you don't give yourself permission to be that bad. So it's that balance, it's talking about balance between good and bad. Like, yeah, you're not that good if you're not that bad. And I know sometimes it can sound like, oh, I'm beating myself up. Absolutely not. Like, I wouldn't be doing a self-care schedule the way that I'm doing if I was pounding myself to the ground, you know?
Where is your greatest potential for growth?
You know, I don't exactly know.
Okay.
I think it's just, honestly, it's just, I look for this skyrocketing aha moment because that's what you expect to see in all the hoopla. But I think honestly, the greatest potential is just seeing the beauty in the mundane and appreciating everything that comes from the fact that, you know, I have running water and a home, that I could breathe, that I'm doing okay, that I'm alive. It's really, it's in every single continuous step of the mundane. I think it's just really appreciating that for what it is and not sweating the small stuff and appreciating other people, even when they tick me off, stuff like that.
Okay, so what's coming up for me, Nini, is maybe the next layer is, what is it going to take to have more aha moments?
Oh, those are automatic.
Well, okay.
Cool.
All right, so another layer here. I think we might have time for 2 more layers of this. So mine was, let's see here. So 2 times a month. So, okay, here we go. So, you know, sharing this recording, establishing a living library, what is it going to take to do that? I'm really making a commitment to having those recorded one-on-one conversations with each of you over the next couple of months before before our 6th conversation. So I already had one with Lori, I had one with Amy. Nini, I think you and I are scheduled to do one here, hopefully in the next week or 2. And you know, I want to do one of these one-on-one recordings with each one of you. So that's something that I've been committed to doing here as well too. So after I do that next one, I'm going to be reaching out to each one of you one-on-one to be able to have that living library conversation. And that's my next. What is it going to take? And then Kylia, what is it going to take for your next layer?
Topic your guides and actually do the things they're asking me to do in terms of the creation of my social media presence and like sort of, yeah.
What's the next small step? What's the next small step?
Right now they're screaming at me and sending like 7 spiders a day for me to create an Instagram specifically around the spiritual work that I do.
Okay.
So,
okay. Yeah. Great. So if we have time for another layer, what is it going to take to create the Instagram? Okay. Right. what is it going to take?
Sorry, I was
Building
looking for
trust.
respect.
Building trust. What is it going to take to build trust?
So I think it's gonna take openness, authenticity, setting and respecting boundaries,
Mm,
probably clear communication and clear and empathetic communication.
yeah, great. And that is segueing nicely to what our next conversation is going to be, the invitation conversation. So I'll plant this seed right now. The questions I'm going to be asking all of you to respond to over email before our March meeting is, what are the boundaries that you want to set? What behaviors help you to feel loved, accepted, respected, having the communication flow nicely, and also what are your deal breakers? What are the boundaries that you want to set that it's not okay to be treated that way. So those are going to be the things that I'm going to be asking you at the end of this conversation, and over email we'll kind of set up those parameters, and that will lead us into March. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to put that little plug in for that next conversation, since this is where the conversation is going, right? Becky, what is it going to take?
Probably strengthening connection with myself and intuition.
Strengthening connection with self and strengthening your intuition. Okay, what is that going to take? That's the next layer. Okay, great, thank you. All right, Beth, what is it going to take?
I think it's going to take you and I having a conversation about the time bank.
All right, great. All right.
Which I assume should happen separately from today.
Yeah, great, absolutely. And we can have our living library conversation as well too while we discuss that as well. So that would be cool.
Great.
All right, great. Lori, what is it going to take?
What's it going to take for me to be more genuine, to be more authentic?
What I have written down is the first thing you said was how to learn to use the tech. And then
let's go with that, because I'm going to tie in the time library, I'm going to tie in the time banks, because I do need to learn how to use technology again. And I can't believe I used to be a technology instructor, but 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like I need to get that up to speed. Mm-hmm. And I love the time bank. And as you know, I am a huge believer, big supporter. So that's one of the projects I'd like to work with you, is to get back onto the technology so that I can start doing all these other things in this century.
Right. Right.
That are up to me. Right.
And you're already this Thursday, you're coming to that board meeting as well too. So that's going to help you take another step into that world to understand that.
Yes.
Great. Excellent. All right. Michelle, what's it going to take? Staying open. What is it going to take to stay open?
Isn't that something? That's a really, really good question.
Mm-hmm.
What's it going to take? I think it's going to take cultivating the ability to stay compassionate in challenging situations.
Stay. I love that.
Compassion is a form of love, and they resonate within the same vibration. So it's kind of just no matter what the challenges are, to kind of stay in that upward flow.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's going to take.
Cool. You are segueing very nicely into something that I'm going to offer up on my next layer here. But yes, so the next layer for you is what's it going to take to stay compassionate in a challenging situation.
Yes.
All right, Amy, what is it going to take not to take things so seriously? What is it going to take to have more fun? That's the one that we.
Getting comfortable getting comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah. Oh, all of these answers are going to a very good place. I love it. Getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Okay. All right, Nini, what is it going to take?
Okay, so I have aha moments. I feel like, with me, I have all the stuff.
Mhm.
I have everything I need. It's just activation. And I see me to myself, I have a lot of activation. I think, when I look at it with inner vision, with clairvoyance, it's going to be some more humility of the heart, even though I've done a lot of the work.
Mhm.
Just, being okay that I've done a lot and giving that gratitude and knowing, it's like I said in our breakout room, just because it's not showing up in the holographic universe doesn't mean it's not there and doesn't mean I haven't realized it. So really giving myself that grace that I tell everyone else that they should give to themselves and saying, hey, it's okay. It's already happened. It's already happened. It's the fact that you know it, it's already there, and have the patience, have the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the humility to just be okay with where you're at and know
Mhm.
that you're always taken care of. Because God said to me, you're not going to know where it's going to come from. You will never be without. You will get everything you need. There will be nothing in the holographic universe that will tell you where it's coming from. It'll just show up exactly as you need it. And you got to be okay with that. And with me, I like spontaneity to a point, but I like when it comes to especially like money, I want a plan. I want to know that I have millions of dollars and I never have to waste my time with this again. And
Mhm.
God sort of says, well, the way to do that is not having millions of dollars in your account. It's trusting it's going to come every single day.
Mhm.
So that's where I feel is getting a little more comfortable in that place that it's going to come whether or not I understand.
Mhm. Yeah, so what I'm hearing, and Ray put in the chat, what Ray was hearing was surrender. What I'm hearing is trust. What I'm hearing is maybe is was it going to take for even deeper trust? So, so that's what I'm picking up on. All right, so we're going to do
Yeah.
one more layer here because I know, first of all, congratulations, everyone. This is actually very hard work because what we're doing is we're stretching your brains. We're stretching the plasticity of your brains. Because this kind of goes into my theory that part of human evolution is about developing the portions of the brain responsible for curiosity and for appreciation. Because of our culture, which is very competitive and very very focused on achievement, our the brain region that is regulates safety and desire are very hyper stimulated, which is why it's very difficult to be in conversations like this and get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because when we go and we step into possibility and we step into reverse engineering that and coming up with the tangible steps, it does take patience. It does take a cultivation of curiosity, which is ongoing questions, ongoing inquiry, and appreciation, which is deeper empathy. Because our culture is so hyper focused on competitiveness, getting things done quickly. There's not a lot of room to breathe. So when we cultivate environments like this, which requires curiosity, which requires deeper appreciation, deeper listening, it's very uncomfortable for people in our culture. We're not used to that. And my mentor Trey Ashley Guerin, whenever we would do this, especially when we were first in these environments for the first time, she would always say, and please forgive me, I did not I did not ask this of all of you. Make sure you're eating and make sure you're drinking plenty of fluids because your brain is actually stretching its plasticity a little bit. And yeah, good job, Ray. Yeah, so this is hard work and it can be exhausting, and we're training your brains, for greater capacity. So that's why we start with the appreciation and the possibility conversation, because we're exercising those muscles to establish greater curiosity and greater appreciation. So that being said, my next layer about the having more one-on-ones, having more living library conversations, establishing a living library conversation. What it's going to take for me is greater patience and more awareness of what is actually happening to the brain in these conversations, and being able to articulate it. And again, coming back into appreciation, coming back to that generous listening. I want to appreciate all of you for hanging in there because it is exhausting. It is a little bit of a workout. So that's what is it going to take for this last level? All right, last round, Kylie, what is it going to take?
Dedicating time and just doing it.
Just doing it. Okay. So when are you going to do it? What time are you going to set aside in the next week to do it?
Probably that, you know what, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Great. All right. Does anyone want to hold Kylie accountable for that? All right, go ahead. All right, Amy, Ray, excellent. All right, great. So that's your assignment. You're going to hold Kylie accountable for taking the time to do that. All right, Ray, what is it going to take?
It's actually something I don't really like.
Yeah. What's that?
I'm just feeling like that like the way to do the things is to have more conversations and probably an appreciation conversation.
Yeah. Great. Who are you going to have an appreciation conversation with here?
My ex-husband.
Okay, great. All right. Who wants to hold Ray accountable for that? Kylie will. Okay. All right, great. All right. Becky, what is it going to take?
I guess practicing connecting with myself on a regular basis.
Great. When are you going to practice it?
I'll start tomorrow.
Okay. What time?
10 a.m.
Great. Who wants to hold Becky accountable? All right, Amy, you're signing up for a lot here. That's great. Okay. Beth, what is it going to take?
I guess you and I have to schedule a time.
Yep. Very good. How about we do that right now? We'll hold each other accountable.
Hang on, let me get my phone.
Okay. So while you're getting your phone, I'll check in with Lori here. What is it going to take?
I'm doing the same thing as Beth. I'm getting my calendar. I have schedule time, Mike. We can do it here, there, whatever. I want to schedule time to get me, back into this time period with technology. So.
Well, you know what? You're already taken care of because the board meeting for the time bank is 3:30 on Thursday. That's what I'm going to hold you accountable to.
Okay, then there we go.
Great. All right, Beth. Why don't we meet? Can you do next Wednesday afternoon?
After 2:30.
Great, perfect. I should have my daughter asleep by then. How about 3 p.m. Wednesday the 21st?
Okay.
Excellent.
Perfect.
In the book. All right, great. Michelle, what is it going to take?
I think it's going to take 15 minutes of meditation every day.
Okay, great. So do you want to commit to doing 15 minutes of meditation every day before our next March meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
I
great.
said 1-5, by the way, just for clarity.
I'm sorry, say that.
1-15, 1-5.
1-5, 15, yes.
Okay, thank you.
15 minutes a day. Okay. Until March. Okay. Do you feel like you want to take a day or two off, or do you want to give yourself any breaks, or are you going to do that every single day?
No, I think it's going to be good for the energy. So I look forward to it.
Great. Excellent. Wonderful. Amy, what is it going to take?
Doing something that I'm not comfortable doing.
Okay, like what?
Good question.
Yeah, let's hold you accountable to something here.
Well, when I get down to Tennessee, there is going to be tons of things I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
And my accountability will be videotaped for everybody to see.
Okay.
So, that will be my accountability.
Okay.
But I'm going to be learning. I don't even know how to do a hammer and nails. So this is, weed whacking. I tried it once and I did very bad. So I got to, there's a lot of things that.
Okay. So any of that physical work will be your accountability. And no, there's some correlations coming up here as well, too, because, because we're, some of us are kind of going deeper into the time banking as well, too. What is possible, what this makes possible by establishing time banks is people who can help you with that. People who can
Okay.
help you with that kind of that kind of work. So so that's something that I want to continue to open up the possibility for. Okay. Yep. Nini, what is it going to take?
Okay, so I think Ray, I was thinking it as we were talking, but the surrender, it's stuff that I've already been doing,
Mhm.
and I'm not. I feel like it's less about what I'm doing, and it's more about just who I'm being when I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm having some difficulty formulating. So can you be okay to just asking for help? I'm going to ask for help right now. Could you give me a suggestion for something to be accountable for? Because like I said, I wake up at 3 a.m. and I do 6.5 hours of exercise every day. So it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
ability isn't the struggle. So I need help just to come with the inappropriate action steps. So I'm asking for help.
Great. Great. Okay. Asking for help. Great. So I want you to reflect on that, Nini, and I will hold you accountable, to asking for help when when it arises. What do you want to ask for help for?
Um, I feel just there's this feeling just I'm more of an alpha personality and I have to be the one that provides. I don't have children, nor do I want to have children, but in a general sense, because I can do so much, I'm the one that gets so much stuff done at light speed. And, for example, like in the apartment I live in, we don't have a washing machine. And so like I'll go to my parents and a lot of times like I don't want to sit there and babysit the laundry for 2 hours. I'll just say, hey, can someone switch my clothes into the dryer? And my
Mhm.
sister works 2 blocks away. Can she pick it up? And it's like my parents sometimes are just like they give me such a hard time. They'll guilt trip me because I'm asking for help. And
Mm,
I'm growing up with that. And it's like it's like so like I will physically ask for help, but there's an emotional how dare you, how dare you. It's like when I do the laundry, I always have to make some excuse. Oh, it's raining, I can't do it. Oh, what a
mm,
shame. So that my mom doesn't like come down and pound me.
mhm,
And so it's just getting and by the way, I don't want to speak trash about my mom. She's a lovely, lovely person. It's like you said, she's a boomer, I'm a millennial. There's a huge
mhm,
gap. Like she doesn't see things the way I see things. But I bless her soul, but just how do I overcome some of this just deep-seated
mm,
hurt?
mm, Kylie, do you want to say something to that?
What I'm hearing, you sound like me. A lot of anyone who's close to me knows I'm terrible at asking for help. Um, so kind of what I'm hearing is sort of like it's like giving yourself permission and asserting boundaries with yourself that it is okay for you to reach out and ask for help and that it doesn't make you less or you're not doing something wrong or bad because you're doing it and that you deserve to ask for help regardless of what you are capable of doing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that. And deep down, I know that that's true. Like that's the thing. My intellect and my spirit knows that that's true because I've been so badly just told off. It's just so I can physically on the front do the thing, but on the inside, I'm beating myself up. Oh, so I think maybe it's like when I said the first thing I said that integrity, coming
Mhm.
to that place of integrity and saying, it is okay. And if I get pushback, that's just that's just part of
Mm,
life. People are gonna resist what they don't like, and it's okay to ask for help. And if people are gonna give me a hard time, that's not a reflection of me. I have to just not care what people think.
mhm. Nini, would you be willing to ask for help sometime this week from one of us in this group?
Sure, if something comes up, yeah, maybe
Okay.
I'll just it
Maybe.
can even be like like I think Michelle asked. I think it was Michelle spoke about like physical healing, and I know like I have like my leg locks up, and it's like I'd love to figure out why
Mm,
that happens. So if anyone knows, like I do all the stuff, I stretch, I eat healthy, I use the foam roller, I take salt bath. Like why does my leg lock up?
mhm.
Anyone knows? I'd love to.
Okay. Here's one thing I'd like to request. As things come up in the next week, Nini, make a list of them. Yeah, Ray can do a Reiki send. Yeah. As
Oh,
things
that's
come up,
awesome.
just make a list and feel free to ask for help. I feel confident that one of us here will respond. So let's make a list. Let's make a list this week of things that you would like to ask for help for. Ask for help.
Yeah, I actually want to, super quick, I want to share. I was having some trouble the other day and I was really, really, really struggling. So I said, okay, God, I'm asking you for help. I'm having trouble with this. And I did a God channeling and God just talked to me and I found a solution. And, it was a lot of just grace and gratitude and you're doing okay. And it's okay to struggle. And I found that regulating, but yeah, I'll definitely take that healing session or whatever healing send up. I definitely open to that.
Yeah. That's what I want to ask. Is it okay to receive help from people?
I know in my head, yes, I do know, but like there's always this feelings when's the shoe gonna drop and they're gonna sit there and say, okay, Nina, pay up. Because when I was like that's what I grew up with.
Wow. That's big, Nini. That's big. Yeah, let's take a pause there. Let's integrate that. Yes, because if that's what you were used to, then that's something that I would like all of us to consider being present to help be present to that. Because if that is the knee-jerk reaction, or if that is the deep-rooted reaction, I think that's something we can all help each other with. So. All right, we are at 5 minutes, and I do need to wrap this up because I'm opening up this room to my rehearsal because I'm going right into a rehearsal for the play I'm directing. So let's do a quick checkout. What did you appreciate most about tonight? And I'll start off. What I appreciate most is wow, the major correlations that are merging between all of us, and the tangible action that we came up with at the very end is something that I'm pretty impressed with. So, all right, so that's my my appreciation. I'm going to pass it to Beth.
I'm really appreciating how much we all seem to have in common, even as we have our own divergent ways of doing things. And I'm also really appreciative of the idea that I may have a way to volunteer in the community that I haven't been able to figure out before. So yay, thank you.
Okay, I mean, you go ahead, pass it to anyone else.
Oops. Kylea, go girl.
I appreciate everyone's authenticity and vulnerability. I know how hard it can be, especially when you're just getting to know people. Even if you've had deep conversations, it can still be hard. So yeah, I appreciate everyone's authenticity and vulnerability.
Great. Go ahead, pass it.
Then I give it to Michelle.
I appreciate that Mike has created a space for all of this to happen. I'm appreciating understanding that if Mike didn't follow through, then none of us would be here enjoying each other and talking to each other and getting to know each other.
Michelle, go ahead and pass it.
I'm going to pass it to Ray.
I'm feeling a lot of gratitude for this conversation, for the clarity, and just the experience of emergence.
Great. All right, go ahead, pass it.
Oh, Lori.
I love the sense of community that we're building. I just feel like I've been missing this. And like people keep saying your vibe is your tribe. It's just the tribe. So I appreciate the work that you've done to get that out, to set the vibes out, to get the tribe together. And I don't, okay, who's left? Help me with this.
Becky, Amy, and Nini.
Nini.
Okay, so I really appreciate how open I've been able to be, and I've been able to get into my zone of genius, and I'm appreciating, when I was vulnerable and I showed, my more like I almost resort to like inner child, how loving everyone was, even when Mike said, okay, I want to take a few minutes and give that space, and how people are even reaching out to me, like whether it's in the comments in this Zoom group or it's a personal message, like in Messenger, people are saying, how can I help you? How can I help you? I appreciate everyone. And if there was time, I would individually itemize each one, like not itemize, but I would go through each person and say, but as a general sense, just know that I appreciate all of you and I'm blessed to have met all of you. And yeah, thank you so much.
All right, go ahead, pass it. Amy or
Okay,
Becky?
so we have, yeah, Becky.
Everyone said so many good things. I would echo everything everyone said. And I just think it's really cool that we're already finding ways to help each other.
Great. All right, and then Amy, you can wrap it up. Look at that, we're wrapping up right on time.
Wow. Okay. So I just want to say what lovely people everyone is in this group. I look forward to holding people accountable that I said it would. So expect my text tomorrow. And if I haven't got a hold of you guys before on a one-on-one, if you could accept my friend request, I would appreciate it. And let's connect on Facebook Messenger because I'd like to continue this relationship after out and get to know everybody and and offer my services or see if you could help me out and do a collaboration. I think that's what this whole thing about, and I appreciate every single one of you. And what I'm learning from you guys is just amazing, and you're making me the best me I can be, and I appreciate that. That's the best compliment I can give you.
Great.
So
Thank you very much.